Well, we're going to talk about the aged racehorses as we continue on our drive to Ontario. I've made a decision. I'm not doing my opening till tomorrow. Right? We have a lot of horses racing tonight that I want to talk about. Win, lose, or otherwise, I need to update them. And especially after watching Patrick De Piranha race good today. He was down a class, but still in a tough crew and not really his preferred trip. But he raced very admirably to be third. So I do want to talk about the racehorses. We'll talk about the opening. We'll do the opening tomorrow. And then a night to rest. Opening tomorrow. So, Brace for Landing. I told everybody, including my wife, that I would come back and drive the horse on Tuesday. I just felt like he just wasn't getting a fair shake. That's not blaming the driver or drivers or anybody else. Just the horse himself. He needs to leave, sit, and then attack down the lane. Not be out the whole way, not be sitting at the back. He needs to be in the mix, but not mixed up. And Brace for Landing. Now, that's not to say that I'm going to work at a perfect trip on Tuesday, but I'm going to do my best. And we'll see how that plays out for Brace for Landing. Collector was a winner and looked very, very good in winning. The good news is he can just stay right in that class for a while. So really happy with what I saw from Collector on I believe it was on Thursday evening. Kenobi, still nothing found with Kenobi other than, that's not true, there was something, a giant abscess on the bottom of his foot, right in a bad spot. And it is in the type of area that would cause, one, extreme soreness, which he had, and two, it would take time for it to blow out. Usually gravels and pus pockets, they bust out the top of the hairline, right? It's the softest, it's supple, it's easy to work its way through and pop out. Down through the bottom of the foot is much harder. Sometimes you have to get the blacksmith in there to help. Mark and Melissa had sent me a text message and showed me a picture of the bottom of his foot. You can see right where the corner of the foot is, gigantic abscess was coming out of there they had to work on. So good news in the sense it wasn't anything serious, but still a bit of a setback for Kenobi. Spitfire Overseas, you want to talk about sore feet also, dealing with his own foot issues. I can guarantee you he will be better his next start. Just from looking at where his feet are right now, and where I know they'll be in a week or so, I can guarantee you he'll be better his next start. That's one thing I'm confident in saying. Stay Special, she's a broodmare now, big girl. She's confirmed in full at 60 days, so she is in full to Monty Mickey. I'm happy to report. Tactical Mounds is racing tonight. Had a great week. She is a top mare, in with the top mares in the world. So morning line 10-1, but Scotty always finds a way to put her in a good spot. And I think if they give her an opportunity to do well, she'll do well. Texon Soprano continues to race well for us at Yonkers. He continues to draw poorly though. Now, hopefully he draws better this week. Last two starts were 7 and 8. Those certainly were no help to us. All gas, no brakes. James went and trained him in 58 on Friday. Said that he was a little pacey, and he thought that it would be easier just to add a little weight than anything else to him. So that's exactly what they did. I told him I didn't want to go poking around and changing a bunch of stuff in this horse unless it had to be changed. One, James now he's going to qualify the horse on Tuesday, but now it's fresh in his mind. He knows the horse. He knows where he was a little vulnerable, and he should be a lot better on Tuesday morning. So very, very appreciative. One also that James went down. He trained Brace for Landing, and he trained all gas, no brakes, and then went with the 2-year-old. So appreciate that, and excited about what Tuesday will bring for gas at the qualifiers. Where are we at now? Greatest Ending. We got him back good now. Jason trained him. Jason likes horse. Here's the thing about Greatest Ending. We paid a lot of money for him because he's a fast horse, and his speed will dazzle you when you go with him. What I mean by that is he's been lame since we had to scratch him, since the vet scratched him last week. Another horse with real bet. I told you the best way I could articulate what was going on with his feet were the way that we had shot him was right. Blacksmith did a good job, but because feet aren't perfect, right? They're not built in the computer. They're on a horse, and sometimes when you shoe them differently, although it looks better, it isn't always. And what I think we did with shoeing him when we did and how we did, we what I categorized is we destabilized his feet to the point where he became very sore in one foot in one area where something was going to blow out. Now the troubling thing is it didn't blow out, but we put a window bar on him and he sounded up just like that. So are we just kicking that can down the road? We can't fix what isn't in front of us and broken in front of us. So for now, I was happy how he was, and I said, well, Jason, Jason trained him a slow mile, said he was good, and then he was going to train him yesterday, and he came to me today, and we were just talking about it. He said, by the way, he said, Greatest Ending was very, very good training yesterday. I said, I know he can go fast. I said, but that's, as I said, the speed will dazzle you, right? You come out from 58 in a jog here, like, oh my God, this horse is a killer, but he's sure he is. But getting him to that killer status and keeping him there, we're not even close to getting him there yet, and it's very difficult to keep him there when we do get there. So the step forward is he's sound and ready to go. As I said to Jason, if we have to go to the Meadow, or if we have to go to Scioto next week, although I don't really look forward to shipping this horse, I would be eager to have him race at Scioto Downs. It's a speedway right now, and I think if he didn't tie up and he behaved and he was comfortable, he could go one hell of a mile over that track, I believe. So, not tight yet, but sound and ready to go. JK Victory is racing tonight also. He's been racing pretty good when they left with him. When you put him in contention, he always races really good. The 3 times they didn't, he was terrible, and hopefully that's gone by the wayside. Kyle Wilfong is back up on the horse. Is back up driving the horse tonight. Looks like Money's in a tough spot tonight. He's in the free-for-all, but he has to be stretched out also in a good way. I wish that we had an easier spot to race him, but when you get a fast horse, you're relegated to racing against other fast horses, and one of these days he's going to break out, and that's what we're all waiting for. Renegade Gypsy, a winner last week. Hopefully he can get the job done again tonight. That would be nice. So good luck to all our partners with Renegade Gypsy. Serious Dragon, outside and upper class. Not really the recipe for success, but we're going to play the hand we're dealt. He's got the 9-hole tonight. Hopefully we can get some good things done with him. 3-point Blue Chip was awesome the other day. I think I just overloaded Hunter with a bunch of don't do this, don't do that, don't do this. Should have just left the kid alone and said, hey, he doesn't race his best on the front. If I had just said it like that, I think we jog. But anyway, it's a good class. Hopefully they continue to fill that class with him in it. Yo Mister back in the 18,000 class this week. We'll see how that plays out for Yo Mister. No free lunch. I too was concerned when I saw him race the other day. I thought that maybe he had hurt himself again, but Stacy said it's just his feet. They're killing him. They had different shoes on him because it's tough to get over Scioto with flip-flops on. He's wore flip-flops for most of his life that we had him, but everybody thought that he would get over Scioto better with that, and he did. He won. He raced good, but he's not sound in his feet right now. So they're working on that. Hello, Buffalo. Thanks for the giant bump. Exact same type of bump that almost had me sleeping here one night. This is a major highway. Like, for the love of God, could have buried a caribou in that pothole. Anyway, no free lunch. He'll be fine next week. His legs were good. They said he'd come out of it good. It's just his feet are sore. Oakwood Cowboy in a little tough in the condition 20 climber. Just stuffed him back in for 8, but the 8 didn't fill. All they had was a 9 to 11. So I said, well, it's not like it didn't fill, but it's gonna fill this Thursday or this Friday or this Saturday. It might not fill again. So you're gonna have to, as we like to use a lot, play the hand you're dealt. You got to put him in the 9 to 11, then put him in the 9 to 11. Put him in for 9. And if he does well in there and we really like him, then put him in for 10. But for now, 8 would have been great. 9 will have to do, and that's where we're at. That's where we're at this week with Oakwood Cowboy. Now we have Stay Close. He raced good the other day. Continues to race good. Just such a nice horse. And I suspect he'll continue to do good things all summer long. Kings County will be back in this week. Also eligible this week at the Meadows. Coming off a win. Still got to tinker with him. He's on the left line, finishing up hard. got to tinker with him and get him back square, but pretty good. Pretty good. A winner in 55-1 the other day. Delicious Stone DK back at Northfield now. They've rehabbed him. Treated the injury. There's not much more they can do in Southern Ohio for him, so I said just bring him up here. We'll put him in the Aqua treadmill until we know he's ready to go. A couple of training trips into him, and away we go. And Patrick the Piranha finishes off our aged horse list. I just watched the race. Left hard, clear to the front, got shuffled to third, first over. Not ideal for him, but he's a strong horse, and he raced as good as he can. Anytime you're out too wide in the last turn, unless you've started him up getting into the last turn, so unless that was your first move of the race, he's not really effective in that position. But again, Chris had to work with what he had. Two horses that he probably didn't want to be following were directly in front of him. He had to move. He had to move him for sure. He did, and just ended up in a bad spot with him. But still, salvaged a third and raced good. So congratulations, all my partners, with a third with Patrick the Piranha. So with that, I'm all done of all the lists except for the opening. I'm going to do the opening tomorrow. A lot to talk about, a lot of babies to talk about, a lot of racehorses to talk about. But I'm going to let it all sink in tonight. I'm going to head to the North American Cup. I hope you made your way to the patio at Mohawk on North American Cup night. It should be a great time tonight for all of us. Good luck to the Pickpocket Group. Good luck to Tactical Mounts, Serious Dragon. We do one more Looks Like Money. Good luck to all four of them. I will talk to you all very soon. Have a wonderful, I hope you've had a wonderful weekend. Take care.